Right, so just gonna do a quick breakdown on dollar index and my thoughts going forward. So it's been in a tough range. If you go to the lower time frame, if you go to like the daily, okay, it's just been in this consolidation, okay, and where we're at is a key level which I'll get onto, but just with that within here. So I think a breakout should be very soon. Okay, the basic breakout play, obviously, both here, we move towards here, and then possibly there, who knows. But this would be the main target, and then a breakout below here, towards here. Okay, so let's break this down, give it more context. Okay, so start with the yearly chart, as I do. Let's get a bigger picture of what's going on. It's been a shit year. Okay, but we're at a key yearly level now. What is that yearly level? It's here. So this is why I mean, just from a price action point of view, okay, could go either way in my opinion. So let me explain that. I mean, you can see that, you can see quite clearly. Is this, you know, the previous resistance turned support multiple times? Now the fact that it's come here multiple times puts me, you know, probability wise, I think more likely to take out this low. Okay, and we were talking about shorts back then as well, if you remember from months ago. But it's hit this first objective, which was that yearly level. Next downside, if it's going to go, it's going to be towards this yearly low, which is 2018 low, I believe. But anyways, so here, well, what do we see from here? The lower time frame will give us more context. So within that, let's just mark out, you know, a few other levels. We've got that. So let's just put that there. So that's the yearly level. That's capping the upside, as you can see. Resistance, deviation, resistance, break above, retest, rally, deviates it, as soon as it gets back below, pushes down, wipes out these lows, and then resistance, deviates it, close above, immediately back below it, retest. So we've defined it within here. The next downside level is, for me, I'm going to go with this one, and as you can see, you know, the touch is there, deviation, gets back within, test the top side, so we're back at that level there. So what happens now? So let's break it down. So that's the yearly level. I mean, we ain't gonna get much out of that, but I always do. It's just a habit of mine, and you know, it just gives me a clearer picture in case I miss something on the higher time frame. I know why this level is important now. You know what I mean? If I didn't go on the yearly level, I wouldn't be able to see that. I probably would on the low time, a monthly, but just gives it, you know, more strength to it. So let's go down to the quarterly, and the quarterly, I could say, well, this is where I mark up both sides of the argument. Okay, and if it's a situation where I can see cases for both sides, I'll go with, okay, I'll zoom in lower time frame. What else do I need to see to increase the probability of it going to either side? Okay, which I'll map out. So I'm just trying to, just saying out loud my thought process, you know, going in what exactly I look for. So on this quarterly, you can see, well, this getting a better picture. That's a quarterly range low there. Yeah, I'll mark that out. Quarterly range high. Now, is this the deviation retest to push back up in towards here and then there, or is this going to get smashed? Again, from this chart alone, I'm not getting much of a clear picture other than the significance of this level. It's a key level. Let's go down to the monthly now. What's the monthly telling me? Monthly starting to turn. Okay, it's going to push lower. I mean, I think it could even be a case where we do something like, if I mark this out, actually just box it out over here, we can come into this consolidation here. There's no reason why. I mean, and that would be more like a day trade move into here and then do this, or is it going to completely go below here? So this is what we need to figure out. So before I do that, I'm going to map out what do I need to see for it to be, you know, a complete breakdown below here, and what I need to be short term. So it's going to be two plans now. So if I look at this level here, the monthly, I can see probably better than the quarterly. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, so on the quarterly, I can map out another range, okay, or another level, and you can see this level here. So the significance of this level is this is capping that downside. So there's a couple of ranges here. One range is going to be from here to here. Another range is from there towards here, and another range is going to be from there towards there. Okay, I'm on the way there as well. So from this chart, I can see, well, if this holds, and on the lower time frame, I say lower time frame daily when I get the levels drawn out, you can see how we're going to play the range from there towards there. What would be the trigger plan, and what would be the trigger plan from there towards there. But just from this chart alone, I can see, well, if this is resistance, turn support, it's going to be a high low, or if it breaks below here, then that opens the gates towards this range. Below here would be high probability. Till then, only thing I'm concerned about is these two ranges. Okay, so we leave this one for later on down the line. Let's go down to monthly. So even if it's not apparent to me now or don't need it, I still draw them out, you know, just to gain that context, you know, bigger picture behind it. So daily, okay, no, sorry, monthly. Okay, not getting much. Let's go to the weekly. Well, on the weekly, okay, still, I mean, I know it looks bearish, but it's still into support now. Okay, so now this is where the plans clear up. Okay, so all that just for flipping this, but it doesn't matter. It's good to gain. I mean, at least it'll help somebody how my high time frame process thinking things. So now I can see clearer now. So as you can see, this is the support level right around that key early pivot. Okay, so it's hit it once perfectly, pushed up. So what I can see from here is if I'm not sure if it's going to go up or not, what do I need to see for the probability to increase to play within this range here, and an objective of here to the downside. So the next downside, if it's going to go lower, the objective would be this level next, and after that these lows, and then this. But I'll go with minimal target and then take it level to level. Okay, so if we know this is acting as support, so it's deviated here, deviated, got back above it. There, what capped the downside was this level. So if we come down, now swing failure is possible, but if it makes a clean break below here, then that says to me that should now be on for a move towards here, and at that point I'll get my directional play. That'd be, well, for Europe to be over 100 pips at least, and the majors, but from there to there I play it, and then that would be first target. As you can see, it's a key level, and then if that gives in, probably back towards this consolidation, this low, and then here. So I'll just start marking out each level at a time. Now if it breaks this level, then that's the next objective. If it breaks that, then that, so on and so forth. But the next main play would be from there towards there, if it follows a plan. It has to follow that plan, otherwise I'm not going to say I'll short it there towards there. I don't know where it's going to go. I just don't know. I know what I need to see to enter, but other than that, it could go either way. So there's no, you know, this is definitely going to happen. Nobody fucking knows what's definitely going to happen. Okay, so let's break this down further and say, okay, well, if it's at support, what would I need to see to push it up? So let's mark out our objectives, where it's going to go next, and what levels it has to clear to increase the odds of this trade idea. So if it's going to go up, what would be the next objective? And I usually go with the more conservative style, and I'll say this level here. Why this level? Well, as you can see, resistance, resistance, resistance. It deviated, it got back below. When it got back below, that was resistance, push lower. That was resistance, push lower. It deviated once it got back below. So this is the key magnet for price every time it pops. So that's going to be my next key level. After that, we'll worry about that then. I mean, if it clears that and holds, then it's going to be towards here. But we'll get to that when the time comes, or if the time comes. Now, trigger. So I know if I'm going to go long, I know where probability-wise where it's going to likely to target. What do I need to see? So let's go down to the lower time frame. I mean, from this level, I can see, well, if it reclaims a key level, so as you can see this level here? That's been a key support level, right? So it's just going to be the inverse of what I just seen. Now, is this a deviation like here? So when this deviated, that was the high probability short, because it got back below the level. Market told me, well, market suggested that probability-wise that was a fake out. And then if it holds below that, play it down towards the range lows. Well, in this case, I'll do the inverse. If it gets back above and holds, then I'll take it long and take the trigger. Now that's it. So I'm waiting now. Either clear this. I'm happy to sit on the sideline till the market gives me a clear direction. Maybe able to get a short-term scalps within this based on, you know, intra-week ranges set on the majors. But other than that, if we follow this plan, get back above and hold, then I'll look for a long on this. Well, I'm not going to long the dollar, but short euro, etc., or the majors. Okay, but this is going to dictate what the majors are basically going to do anyway. So if the dollar index gets back above here, I'll take the long towards there. If the dollar index gets below here, there. Till then, I'm on the sidelines unless some of the majors give me some scalps or day trades. So I hope that out. Main objective was to, you know, how I break down my level, etc. Okay. Yep, that's it. Let's see what happens next week.